Hello lovelies, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's pick a card reading is what are you manifesting in your life? There are 3 groups to choose from, group 1, 2 or 3. As a reminder, please only take what resonates and leave the rest. Your life does have many possible paths, so we all do have free choice and free will. Enjoy and I shall see you shortly. Welcome back, group number 1, for what are you manifesting in your life for now. I have the 7 of Pence reversed and the 5 of Pentacles reversed, the Magician upright, and the 5 of Wands reversed. The first impression that I feel you're trying to manifest in your life is something to do where you're going to want to get some sort of achievement or results from. It feels, the spirit guides are saying there's something to do with you've got all the skills at hand. You've got the magician type energy, and that's the only card that's upright for now, just here. And I get this sense that don't forget that you do have attributes and that you do have skills, irrespective of if there's some frustrations around you in your life, or if you feel like it's not moving as fast enough for you that you would like, and it feels that just that little bit of minor frustration. It feels like you're working towards reversing a situation of where maybe there had been a little bit of financial situations where there could have been a bit of hardship or a frustration period about maybe the lack of financial recognition and recognition that you were getting for some either project or work situation, it says here. It feels like there's been people around you that may not have been as understanding or supportive, and you've had to understand really big lessons about money and energy, and how it's about a lot of it, what we manifest in our life is how we feel about things. So if there's been frustrations around money, it feels like the best thing to do here is to surrender, let go, and put some positive feelings about how you feel about finances in general, all about money, as it is just energy. And it feels like you're working towards your goals where it is going to get targeted results in that, but it feels like there's just been that initial in the past of maybe a lot of past struggle, and it feels like you're wondering whether or not it's going to continue to sort of go through that struggle to achieve just like a small result or a result that you want, but you always have to sort of try or work really hard, where other people here might feel like they sort of tend to sort of land on their feet, or they move forward quicker, or things happen faster for them. So best thing is, don't compare yourself with anyone. You're your own unique, beautiful soul, and you have amazing attributes because the magician says you do. You've got all the skills available to you at your fingertips. But if we get caught up in how other people are doing, or if we're comparing ourselves, or if we're a little hard on ourselves here, we tend to sort of then slip back into that poverty consciousness here, which you're trying to break free, which I feel like there is a sense of breaking free here and moving forward. Absolutely. Here you've got the 8 of Cups and the King of Cups and the 5 of Cups and the World. For some of those, this is a general reading. For some of those people, they may be missing someone that may be not in their same place of where they are residing currently. So that might be that they're in another state, in another country, or in another place, or just not emotionally available, and there's just that sense of like missing someone here. But it feels like there's also maybe dreams here too for the other half of the people, because this is actually a general reading, that there were goals here in terms of wanting to work towards goals, which you are now starting to get results. So I feel like what you're manifesting is that you have put in the hard work, and you are learning the lessons, and you are understanding money is energy, and that you are moving forward, and you are acknowledging that you do have the skills, irrespective of what the past journey was with maybe some other people that you felt like either wasn't understanding you, or that there were some challenges there. It feels here that you're working towards your goals quite well. It just feels like you might be missing a person or people or a group. It feels like group 1, what you're trying to manifest to some degree, I would say, is also your soul tribe, your soul tribe family here. And it feels like it will start to come in the more you start to kind of surrender, let go, and not get so caught up in maybe past events that haven't worked out. I do feel like once you start to see goals starting to come into fruition, which I feel like they will be, you've put all this wonderful work and energy into it. I kind of get this sense here. The spirit guides are sort of saying that I feel like there's a lot of people for you to connect with in the way that you do things. And I feel like with group one people, I think they get along with people who are younger and older. It's like I feel like you've got friends from all walks of life here, which feels really exciting as well. I feel like there's a goal, a dream, a wish, and I think it's been a long time moving on, wanting to get this dream to come into fruition, and it feels like you are about to have the most amazing breakthrough here. So just hang in there, have faith, because I felt like at times spirit guides are saying that they lost a little bit of faith and they had to regain it, and that can be just something that we all go through sometimes, and get the again the wisdom of the lesson and to move forward. It feels exciting with what you want to do, what you're trying to manifest, and it feels like it will come into fruition. Group number one, people may have a tendency to do a lot all at once and want to achieve everything all at once. So pace yourself a little here. Just create some balance here in your life. So that could mean that it's like all work and no play creates an imbalance. So you want to make sure that you do make the time to connect with your friends and your loved ones, and that you do have some self-care here to be able to move forward in a way of where you feel like you're achieving your goals, but you're also having that lovely balance here too. Something to do with colors come up here with group number one. So they might be more sort of partial to understanding a little bit more about what they're wearing and what vibration it holds. I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but it just feels like there's that sort of sense of like they're starting to notice other things more around in the world. It could be that they're starting to notice a little bit more synchronicity, and that things are starting to flow more now, which feels really good. You've got the card of victory. So there's going to be some choices in maybe how you manage something with a project or a work or a goal situation here. And I felt like you've got the victory card. So all the hard work that you've been doing, and that will pay off, it says here as well, which feels really good. Group number two, I think have had, group number one have had insights come in very clearly recently, because I feel like they've been trying to clear their path to make to gain more clarity, and that kind of gives me a sense of saying and sharing with you that you have got the skills. I feel like you sometimes may double guess yourself, but you do have the skills. It might be that you've needed to find the right people to give you the right support, but once they do, I think you're going to really flourish and really tap into almost like your life's purpose here, or your soul purpose here. And the high priestess, or the high wisdom here, feels like you're accessing a lot of that higher intuition, high vibrational intuition. It feels like you've had to maybe go through that first part of the journey to maybe understand and appreciate, and to be able to learn how to hold the space maybe of when you do get busy and how to manage it here. So this feels really exciting. Just do these last things here as well. You've got the Three of Pence here, and the Sun, and the Two of Cups, Page of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're renewing a sense of passion and joy here, and I feel like you need to stay connected with people, and I felt like the more you feel like you're in like-minded circles with people who understand and get you and kind of value you a little here, it feels like I feel like doors will start to open up. There's a lot of joy and happiness I feel like you're wanting to experience again. And I feel like for some of those who are single, I feel like there is a love interest or a really beautiful soul connection to come in here that could be connected somehow to a project or to a work situation here as well. I'm just going to shuffle some other cards to get some advice. Let's see what comes up. This is from the Angel and Ancestors Oracle cards, what I'm about to do. So, yeah. So I feel like a lot of it, when the chips might feel a little down, you've got the Druid card, which is beautiful, and it's saying hold your space. So I think I mentioned that before, a little bit about holding your space and understanding that when the chips are down, that you can it doesn't mean everything has to fall apart. It just feels like you just have to learn to manage it more effectively, and that you're tapping into your strength, and you're actually believing in yourself more. You're actually believing in who you are and what you have to offer the world more, which feels like then if you feel like you're sort of experiencing someone else's situation where they say, I don't understand this, or I don't believe that, or I'm not sure of this, it feels like it's almost like you're saying, that's okay, you're entitled to your opinion. This is how I feel about this situation though. So it feels like you're learning to hold the space in all scenarios, and maybe with what you're trying to manifest, it feels in terms of maybe there's been some rejections, or you just haven't been around with the right people to give you the guidance, or that they just haven't been on the same wavelength here. But this feels like you're learning definitely to hold your own ground. Like you're going to be a force to be reckoned with, but you'll still come from compassion. And of course, I feel like when you hold your own space and then you realize that you're not sort of getting caught up in other people's stuff as well, because it could be just their opinion, you start to really enjoy your life. You're going to be a busy bee. It feels like a busy bee and basking in the joy and the light. This feels really beautiful. So for a situation that was sort of, maybe you've gone through a bit of a situation in the past or a bit of hardship here, it feels like you're actually turning it around really effectively and enjoying your life and moving forward and manifesting what you want. That's what I have for you now, Group 1. All the best, and please take care. Hello there, Group number 2. Let me just see what your cards are. You've got the Devil card upside down, and you've got the Ten of Pens upside down, and you do have the Five of Swords upside down with the Four of Wands. I feel like Group number 2 have been working through any limiting beliefs or restrictions, and I feel like you're trying to manifest what you would like. And I think that because you've got the 4th card here, which is a 4, and it's the Four of Wands, I would strongly recommend that you're trying to sort of work through and manifest something to bring some sort of stability. But of course, stability comes from working within yourself first, so making you feel good about yourself, making you feel the internal stability, and then it kind of then manifests outwardly into your goals and your dreams and that. So I feel like you're actually throwing off the shackles here of restrictions, and you're trying to move forward here. Everything's sort of you're freeing your energy up on some level to actually really start to sort of manifest. It feels like you're also letting go of maybe some people around you that may have served a purpose in their life on a soul level, and it feels like, so if there's been anything toxic there, you're just sort of getting the wisdom of it, and you're moving forward and doing it in a really loving way as well. So let me just see what else we have. Some of you might have been thinking of studying as well, and then you go, do I really want to go down that path again? But it just feels like there's that sort of sense of, let's have a look. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I kind of feel with group number 2, it's like I feel you want to do so much, but sometimes because in the past we've had to deal with these limiting beliefs here, you might sort of not have you're sort of learning to feel more confident about yourself and your abilities, and it feels like so I like to study, but I'm not sure if I'm able to do this. I'm not sure if I can master this. And then it feels like you might be going back into, say, a past memory of say from school days, or times of when maybe where you felt a little challenged, but it feels like that was then, and this is now, and it feels like it's a different space now. It feels like if you are a little bit older, this is a general reading, so for those who are, say, a little bit more mature, older, and thinking of doing something different and having to study here, it feels, or wishing to study something that they're passionate about, it just kind of gets that sense here that it's like the concerns and that could be from the past and not where you are now, because I think if you've got the maturity now that maybe you didn't have back then, I feel like you'll have a different perspective on everything, and not to sort of talk yourself out of doing something that you're passionate about before you've started here as well. For those who may worry a little bit, it says here that you're just trying to find a way of maybe also managing those sort of unwanted thoughts, or that sort of sometimes prohibit us from moving forward on some level here as well. Some of you might feel like there's a little bit of tension sometimes in the shoulders or in the neck and that sort of thing, where it feels like you're just trying to want to free everything up and sort of move forward. So doing some sort of physical activity might be a good thing if it's in alignment and you feel right with it. It could be as simple as walking, or putting some music on and shading and, doing a little bit of a dance around the house sort of thing. It just feels like you sometimes need to mobilize your energy a little bit to help you with this, to help you sort of move forward a little bit too. It feels like if there is something to worry about, you might try to you worry first, and you're trying to actually, what you're trying to manifest here is to manage your internal way of how you do things. And I feel like by doing that, it feels like then you start to realize that this sort of starts to happen less, because you're actually going, hang on, I've got this. I understand this is something that I'm doing again, and I'm not going to give it the energy, or I'm going to work through this, or I'm going to get a counselor, or I'm going to have a chat to someone and not sort of stay stuck here. So it feels like you're trying to manifest a way of breaking free from a lifestyle that no longer serves your growth, that's going to give you stability on some level here. It feels like group number 2 people might feel like they sacrifice a lot, or they've sacrificed a lot of the needs for other people, and it feels like they might be the person that they tend to pride themselves on helping others, but now they're needing to put themselves first a little bit and to stay focused here. I think that they're incredible. Group number 2 people feel very, very strong. And I don't think they realize how strong they are. I think that if they seem a little hard on themselves too, it feels on some level when if your friends were around you and they were sort of describing an attribute or a gift of what you have, I think you'd be quite shocked and quite honored, because I feel you don't see yourself in that light. I feel like you tend to help other people and sometimes neglect yourself a little bit here. So it feels like what you're going to be doing now is delving really deeply and working on things here that haven't been working out for you, and finding different new ways of managing, say, your life situations, which feels really amazing, because it also feels like you're going to be delving really deeply into, it could even be something to do with spirituality or metaphysics or counseling, or something along that line. Or it could be that you're doing some stuff on YouTube, that some meditation or something along that line that's actually helping you break free from the restrictions that you've had in the past that stop you from manifesting what you'd like. So it feels like you've had like a heart moment, or a light bulb effect here, of where you feel like, okay, I can't keep maybe managing the way that I'm managing the life at the moment. So I need to do some things differently. I wonder how this is going to pan out or work out, but it feels like you're going to make some shifts here, where I feel like you will start to sort of feel more in alignment with say synchronicity, and that will kind of guide you a little bit. So I feel like, listen to your inner voice. You're quite a strong person. You're a lot stronger than what you think you are. I feel like in the past you felt like maybe you've needed to make those self-sacrifices, but now it's kind of your time now to focus on your thing here, which is what I feel like you'll be doing. Definitely moving forward and letting go of what doesn't serve your growth. And I felt like in the past, if there has been something that's unfair that's happened or something, it feels like you're getting a sense of moving forward from it, letting go of something that may have been a bit unjust or not right, in a sense of, what you say, a situation, event, or a work arena placement, or feeling like it could be friends. It's something to do with having to move forward from a lifestyle that clearly isn't sort of you anymore, and it feels like you're learning to let go and trust, and it feels like you're going to start to sort of see beauty and love as well. Let me just see. I think group number 2 are in their heads a little bit sometimes. If they could just drop a little bit more into their heart space, a bit more. Definitely walking away from toxic people. I feel like if there's been toxic situations around you, it does feel like you're working through that, and there's definitely going to be more joy tapping into it here. That feels really nice here as well. And look at this. It feels like you will reconnect with who you are. It feels like group number 2 might have felt a little bit disconnected at times, and it feels like now they're starting to feel like they're reconnecting to who they really are, which is the best version of themselves. And of course, that will always lead to success here. So it feels like group number 2 were a little unsure of direction or path, or what they thought they were going to need to do. It feels like they'll be led in the right path if they just trust their intuition more. And it feels like then there's this beautiful success here, and I feel like loving relationships to come in. So it feels like they can do like a 360-degree turn here into their life. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and get some more advice. Yeah, it feels like group number 2 are also learning to take charge of their life with authority, and that feels like instead of kind of feeling like, oh, this is unjust and I'm feeling like I'm set back again, it feels like if there's been a situation here that's occurred, it's like, no, I can manage this and I can move forward. This doesn't define who I am. I can move forward and I've got this as well. So that feels really good. It feels like group number 2 have got great potential, but they don't sometimes see inside themselves with the potential. So they need to start looking within. This is what they're manifesting. It's like when the moment they start to look within, it feels like they're going to actually start to build the structure that they need, that will go out externally for them to have, that can lead them to actually quite a lot of success. Here it says with some sort of venture here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Heart guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. So it feels like they've either been helping other people, group number 2, or it's been that they've had some challenges and that they've had to sort of take the time out to maybe help other people. And now that they're sort of focusing on their own needs and that, they're learning to sort of step into that heart space, your own heart space more, because I feel so strongly here that once you step into your heart space, it feels like everything will start to flow a little bit more for you, and you've got the synchronicity that happens, and I feel like the restrictions or limitations are actually going to be a thing of the past, because there can be quite a certain amount of success here that feels like it's actually quite strong. And because if you build the structure here that's strong, this then indeed can actually be longer lasting, which is really amazing, and a beautiful goal to have. Some of you might be also thinking about property as well. I'll just throw that out there, purchasing something or purchasing something nice as well. And the more you come from your heart, the more aligned your vibration and your energy feels, and it's like you're meeting like-minded people as well. So it feels like there's also love here for you to share the success with too. So you're not going to sort of sit on your pot of gold here and sort of be all on your own. So I feel like there's quite a generous feeling with group number 2 too, in terms of when they're successful, they're going to want to help others, uplift them, uplift others somehow. And it feels like you've gone through what you've gone through, because it feels like that could be part of your journey into helping others know how to manage things in their life. So it could be like a catalyst here as well. So all the best, group number 2. Hello, group number 3. Let's have a look here. You have the 9 of Wands reversed and the King of Staves upright, and the 8 of Wands reversed and the Queen of Pentacles upright. The first impression I feel like here is that you're trying to manifest clearer communications between these two people here. And it feels like there's been a sense of wanting to, it's almost like I feel like my throat chakra has had a little bit of a block here, and you're not wanting to manifest the same thing of where you can't communicate. You're wanting this sort of to turn it around on some level. So it just the feeling I get for group number 3 is that there's been a sense of either sort of being held back a little bit with how you express yourself. Maybe there's other people that are really like very, very confident around you, and you're trying to find your voice, and you're wanting to sort of feel freer and move forward and get passionate about what you want to do here as well. It feels a lot of those people who might have that Queen of Pentacles vibration is that they've there's a little bit of that sort of being proud but regal, and wanting to sort of be successful, but also not wanting to step on people's toes, and that they've got these really lovely values here, which I feel like sometimes maybe people in the past have taken a little bit of advantage of, just in a sense of where, you know, if they're kind and that they might feel, you know, if they open up their heart space too much, sometimes they let people in who aren't necessarily going to sort of honor them. So it feels like they're just trying to sort of, they're becoming more grounded. So I think you're manifesting how to become more grounded, to be able to, within yourself, to be able to have clearer communications here on some level here, which feels good. There's a lot of connections with interstate or overseas to come into with these people as well. And it feels like there's going to be choices or decisions to be made. It feels like they've got a goal here that they're wanting to manifest, but it feels like they're just trying to figure out how to actually go about it, and how to have the right vehicle. How do we actually drive this forward? How do I actually get this? I've got options here as well. So I feel like there could be a lot of stuff for overseas. There's some strong overseas connection here with what these people want to do. They're quite, these people are very caring as well. And it feels like in the past maybe that they've been so caring that it has actually caused a little bit of imbalance in their life, and they're trying to sort of break free from that. And that would actually mean breaking free from like an old pattern there that doesn't serve their growth anymore. So that could be that group 3 are also manifesting how to assert themselves, because it's about communications here, and that also includes really healthy boundaries. And now some people who are used to getting their own way, when you assert yourself, they may or may not understand. They may go, oh yeah, of course, that's fine, you know, should have told me in the first place, kind of thing. But other people might still not really understand it. So you're going to then have a decision to make with the Justice card here, with certain people in your life, and who you want in your life. You're going to be not particular, I don't mean it that way, but I felt like if they're not respecting your boundaries, or if they're not respecting who you are, it kind of feels like you're going to say, look, this is how I feel. It's like you're speaking up and you're actually communicating how you feel, and it feels like it'll work really well with some people, and with some other people it might be that there might be a moving forward. If the wisdom of the friendship has already been, say, learnt, it might be that you need to move forward from that if it doesn't serve your growth anymore. But it feels like you are learning to definitely manifest how to assert yourself and have a voice and be heard. Now, for some of those people, because it is a general reading, some of you might want to sing or be creative with it in terms of how to communicate. It just like feels like you're just sort of gently tapping into it as well. Yeah, feels like there's good news coming. I feel like, again, as this is a general reading, if there's been a family situation here, it feels like the conflict has already happened, but it feels like there's good news coming to help with the resolution of this conflict with a family member, I'm going to say. Let's have a look here. Group number 3, people feel like they're a little bit not restricted, but they feel sometimes that they might, because of their obligations, or they feel that that they've got these obligations that they have to always meet, and it feels like they, in terms of saying that, it feels like they might tend to self-sacrifice a lot of what they would like to do, and sort of almost live their life for other people or through other people. So it feels like it's time for them now to manifest a different way of living their life, and to learn to stand up for themselves, so that they can actually start to live the lifestyle that they desire here as well. Just feels like group number 3 have had, when they learn all their lessons all at once. Everything might seem to have, sort of has that tendency or feeling to happen all at once. And then they go, oh, you know, and then it's like, but then they kind of get the wisdom of it really quickly here as well. I think that group number 3, I feel like these people go in and out of like working on themselves or wanting to take advice or wanting to look at their life differently, and then it's like sort of like they look at a goal and then they kind of sweep it under the carpet, or they might sort of put it to do later kind of thing. And it feels like it's a time now to act as well, like to live your life now, to live it in the present moment. It feels like they're learning a lot about again, there's some sort of structural thing here as well. And that feels really good, like that internal structure to build something in their life. And it just feels like they're just working towards it slowly but surely as well. It feels like they've had, perhaps in the past, quite a lot of restrictions. It might be they've had Saturn transcending their chart or somewhere where they've had that sort of restrictions for better understanding. But it feels like they are more than capable, if they're looking and helping with other people, that they are capable of creating something for their life as well, too, because it feels like they help everyone else achieve their dreams but not themselves to some degree. And it feels like they've got to just sort of nurture themselves a little more and do a little bit more self-care and not get sort of caught up in sort of like limiting frustrations or things that I feel like is not in their control as well. Just going to get some extra advice. Yeah. These people might be a little bit like they want the changes to come in, but they're a little bit that they might be a little bit like, but I don't know how it's going to turn out, so they don't make any change, because there's a little bit of that sense of feeling a bit like, is this going to work for me? If it doesn't, what am I going to do? And they just sort of get caught up in the what ifs, and then they don't do anything. So when you have Father Sky come in, trust in the unknown, it feels like because they're so caught up in maybe helping other people, that they're not really, they're sort of not trusting themselves as much for their own decision making. It's like because they're helping others with their life, that they're not really sort of taking care of their own needs. So it feels like they might feel a little bit rusty with how to sort of trust an insight for themselves, because they're so full on with either self-sacrificing or sacrificing, say, or feeling this obligation with other people, that it feels a bit strange for them to sort of put themselves first and to trust in the universe, or to trust in the unknown here as well. It's okay for group number 3 to have dreams. I feel like they need a little bit of a group hug, or a little bit of it's going to be okay. You know, you've got this. You can do this. Have a look. Yeah, I think because they are big carers and big helpers of the planet, I feel like sometimes they might need to take a little bit of time out to retreat and recharge their batteries. And then maybe that's a time of when they could journal or do some things for themselves that's nice and calming for them. It could be going for a walk, it could be catching up with, actually I feel live music or something would be good, or doing something that they really like doing, but they don't, I feel like sometimes they're a little hard on themselves and they don't enjoy their life as much as what they could, because they feel so obligated all the time to do things, and they might take it so seriously. So it feels like a little bit like to lighten up a little bit and just to relax a little bit, and to make sure you take some time out for yourself to have some recharging time for you, and create that balance for yourself, because it feels like there's been a little bit of self-sacrificing here. So the manifestation here feels like they're trying to break free from maybe not feeling like they're being heard at times, and they're trying to feel like they're sort of, it feels like they might rely on other people for validation sometimes a little too much, instead of just going, well, that's fair enough, that's your opinion, but I'm going to do this and give it a go anyway, kind of thing. Or it feels like they might just not know who they are, and they're just trying to reconnect with who they are on some level here, which feels really nice because they've got all this potential. As I said, they are amazing at helping other people. Now it's time to help yourself and to start to manifest your dreams and your goals, because you do have them. You just kind of bury them a little bit here. Yeah, and it's a little bit about like group number 3 might be, I don't want to connect to my feelings or emotions because I don't want to get disappointed, or I don't like this part about myself. And we all have parts that we don't like about ourselves, but it's actually about embracing those parts and transforming them. And it just feels here that I guess by helping others all the time, it feels like we don't then connect to our own feelings in that. We're kind of on automatic pilot here. So it's about sort of taking the time out to retreat, recharge your batteries, maybe keep a journal and some goals in that journal, and also sort of having gratitude in what you do have right in your life and that sort of thing. It could be as simple as I'm grateful for this meal. I'm grateful for a walk in the park. I'm grateful for electricity. I'm grateful for water. Anything to just reconnect a little bit more to those feelings and emotions here, in a healthy way as well. Yeah, it feels like group number 3 are shedding the old version of themselves, and you're manifesting an upgrade of your authentic self and who you are, which feels really amazing. And I feel like once you shed what you don't need anymore in your life, and once you let go of the old, and it really is like an old version of you, it feels like it's like how you've done things in the past. It feels like because you're finding your voice, which is really exciting. I think you're manifesting how to find your voice. Once you do that, you've got this wonderful stag that comes in, and it's about trust and thrive. So it feels like you'll continue then to trust a little more, and you start to thrive as well with your goals and that. So don't give up on those goals. Keep them alive somehow. Nurture them a little bit. Look at them maybe, with the full moon, that sort of thing, and start to manifest a little bit that way as well. Connect to a little bit of faith. That's what I have for you, group number 3. All the best. And this is very exciting for you. It's always great when people find their voices, because that's when they really start to, become into who they really are as a soul. So all the best.